Listen closely. This is for those who felt the weight of the invisible chains tying down their power, their potential, their future. You know it deep down. Venture capital, as it stands right now, isn't built for you. It's built for the insiders, the noisemakers, the ones who play the game the way it's been played for decades. But you're different. You see through the illusion that VC is some golden path paved with certainty and guaranteed returns. You don't need someone else's hype to fuel your journey. You need truth, real connection, and more than anything, control, real control. Right now, many limited partners feel trapped in a system that keeps you on a leash, locked out of the conversations that actually matter. You're handed reports, numbers, slide decks, cold facts stripped of context, stripped of the fire that your capital should be igniting. And yet you want more. More insight. More power. More direct influence without the noise drowning out your voice. You want to be more than just a check writer. You want to be a force that shifts the tide. The future doesn't belong to the managers alone. It's waiting for those who are ready to seize it. There's pain in watching opportunity slip through your fingers. Good deals you heard about too late, decisions made by committees that don't really know what you want, returns that barely move the needle on your ambitions. And the worst part? Feeling like you're stuck with no way out, like the rules are written by and for everyone else, not you. Limited partners have been made to feel small, sidelined, passive. But here's the truth. You're not limited. You're the key. You hold the power to rewrite the game, to flip the model upside down, and to carve out a future where you're in charge, not just an afterthought. Imagine a world where your capital doesn't just sit quietly in a fund, waiting for some abstract hope of growth. Instead, it flows directly into ventures that match your vision, your values, your appetite for impact. What if you could influence who gets funded, how they're supported, and how their success is nurtured? What if you could connect deeply, not just with the numbers on a page, but with the people building tomorrow? This isn't a fantasy. This is already happening. The stakes are high, but so are the rewards for those who realize that passive waiting is over. The future of venture capital is happening on the edge, where the few refuse to stay in line, where investors say no to complacency. And that edge? It's you. The limited partner who's done settling for cold updates and a seat at the sidelines. Your potential to influence deals, to demand transparency, to bypass layers of gatekeepers, that's the revolution waiting to explode. You don't have to be a VC with a fancy title or decades of insider experience. Your advantage comes from your perspective, from seeing VC not as some untouchable club, but as a tool to forge new worlds. Everything in the traditional model tells you otherwise. It says, trust the general partners, just sign the paperwork and wait. But trust is a two-way street, and you owe it to yourself to demand more. More clarity, more voice, more skin in the game beyond the numbers. By actively choosing who to back, by seeking funds or operators that embrace openness and accountability, you transform from passive to powerful. This is about owning your role, not just financially, but philosophically. It's about stepping beyond the idea of limited and into something boundless. You're already facing a seismic shift. Trends show more limited partners are exploring direct investments, setting up family offices with bespoke strategies, building networks that connect them directly with founders, and leveraging technology that makes due diligence smarter, faster, more precise. These are not just clever moves, they are the building blocks of a new ecosystem where your influence grows exponentially. It's not just about chasing higher returns. It's about regaining purpose and sovereignty in how your capital moves and creates impact. The problem many face? Fear of stepping away from the familiar, from the safe structures that have been enforced for so long. Fear that complexity will overwhelm, that risks will multiply without the experts to guide on every step. But here's the catch. The biggest risk is standing still. The fear that keeps you tethered to old models is exactly what makes you lose out on the transformation ripping through venture capital right now. Real power demands courage. Courage to question the old, to tear down assumptions, to build new connections that dwarf what happened before. What to do then? Start by claiming your right to know, in real time, not just at quarterly intervals. Demand access to data that's granular, meaningful, unfiltered. Build relationships directly with founders and operators who want partners, not just dollars. Replace passive portfolio reviews with active dialogues that shape the direction of your investments. Use technology to your advantage. Tools that enable you to track, analyze, and engage smarter than ever before. Surround yourself with a network of like-minded limited partners who get it. That the future isn't just charts and graphs, but human stories fueled by shared ambition. Don't settle for traditional funds that look like black boxes. Seek out emerging models where transparency is king and collaboration is the currency. Funds that share not just wins, but stumbles and lessons learned. Funds that cultivate true partnership, where your capital triggers not just profit, but transformation. The movement is real and growing fast. Those who embrace this shift now position themselves not just as investors, but as architects of a future where venture capital is more just, more effective, and more alive. Your fire doesn't belong in a ledger, it belongs in motion. The money you control can be a weapon to dismantle the old guard's complacency and build something new. But to do that, you have to refuse comfort. Refuse the allure of easy numbers and vague assurances. Demand the raw, the real, the gritty reality of what your capital can do when it's liberated. Get to know who is building tomorrow, understand how they think, what drives them, and where your input can make the difference. That's how impact transforms from abstract to unstoppable force. This isn't just an evolution, it's a rebellion. The new generation of limited partners won't wait quietly for deals to be handed down. They will find their own, vet with their own eyes, and deploy capital with their own conviction. They will reject outdated processes built on opacity and complexity and instead embrace tools that give them clarity and control. This path is risky, yes, but it's the only way forward. Settling for anything less means handing your future over to others. You are better than that. You deserve better than that. In this moment, listen to the tension stirring inside, the feeling that you were made for more than passive returns and endless reports, that you are meant to be a force not just in finance, but in shaping new realities. The power you have in your hands is immense. It's the power of choice, of sovereignty, of transformation. Your role as a limited partner isn't to watch from the stands, but to step up and become a catalyst, to unlock deals others can't see, to build networks others can't imagine, to be the spark that lights up the venture capital world's future. There's no manual for this new path because it's being written now by those brave enough to take control. Start by questioning everything, every process, every rule, every assumption. Don't take "this is how it's always been" as an answer. Look to the few who burn with the same fire you carry and align with them. Build relationships not just based on transactions, but on transformation. Be patient. This is not a sprint. It's a long game. But it's a game you were born to play and win. Today, more than ever, the future of venture capital is not in the hands of the insiders or gatekeepers. It's in the hands of limited partners who refuse to be passive, who demand more than a place at the table. They build their own table, who will not bow to comfort, but will challenge, question, and reshape what's possible. The future belongs to those who take what was once limited and make it limitless. Remember this always: your will is your weapon, your vision is your guide, and the time to act is now. Don't wait for the world of venture capital to change for you. Be the one who changes it. The path is yours to blaze. The future is yours to claim. And nothing is beyond your reach when your fire is unleashed.